Welcome you guys, welcome to Kiran Swati NEET tutorials. Now today we are going to discuss a new topic, so that is about cymose inflorescence. So in last lecture we have discussed about racemose inflorescences types, right? So now today we are going to discuss a cymose inflorescence and its types. So cymose inflorescence, it is also called as definite inflorescence. Why we are called as it is a definite inflorescence? Because so here the peduncle it terminates with a single flower. So if you will see in racemose inflorescence, that peduncle it is growing continuously. It never terminates with flower. But if you will see in cymose inflorescence, the peduncle it is terminates with a single flower. So what is peduncle? The stalk of the inflorescence is known as peduncle. It is terminates with a single flower in cymose inflorescence. So that's why we call as it is a definite inflorescence. And along with that, so here the cymose inflorescence it exhibit some other properties like basipetal order of flowers. What about a basipetal arrangement of flowers? In racemose inflorescence, it will show us acropetal arrangement of flowers. In basipetal arrangement of flowers, so what about the meaning related to basipetal order? So in basipetal order, all the flowers it is present towards the upper side, and younger flowers, so those are present towards the base. So this type of arrangement what we call as basipetal arrangement, so that is found in cymose inflorescence. Acropetal arrangement means it is opposite to this one, means younger flowers it is present in upper side and older flowers it is present towards the base. That type of arrangement it is a acropetal arrangement, so that is found in a racemose inflorescence. So along with that, here the cymose inflorescence it will show us a centrifugal arrangement of flowers. So opening of flowers from center towards the periphery. So the type of arrangement what we call as centrifugal arrangement. If you will see in racemose inflorescence, centripetal arrangement, periphery towards the center. But here it will show the centrifugal arrangement. The flowers are opened from center towards the periphery, right? So these are the characteristic features of cymose inflorescence. So next we will discuss about various types of cymose inflorescences. So based on number of branches. Based on number of branches, we are classified into three types. So first one it is a monochasial cyme or uniparous cyme. Means here it will produces a single branch. That is called as monochasial or uniparous cyme. So if it will produces two branches, so then what we call as that is, so that is a dichasial cyme or biparous cyme. Dichasial cyme or biparous cyme when it will produces two branches. If it will produces more than two branches, so then what we call as that is polychasial cyme or multiparous cyme. If it will produce single branch, we call as monochasial. If it will produce two branches, we call as dichasial. If it will produce more than two branches, we call as polychassial or multiparous sign, right? So again, now we are starting with the monochassial sign. So this monochassial sign, again we are classified into two types. So one it is a helicoid sign and another one it is a scorpioid sign. So what about the difference? What is the difference between a helicoid sign and a scorpioid sign? So in helicoid sign, so it is a cymose inflorescence, right? So it is a peduncle. It terminates with a single flower. So here it will produces flowers. So these are all the flowers. It is present in one direction. So that type of sign is what we call as helicoid sign. Either it may be right side or left side. If it is in one direction, we call as helicoid sign. So example for this one it is Heliotropium androcera. Examples related to the helicoid sign. Now what about a scorpioid sign? So in scorpioid sign, so it is a peduncle, it terminates with a single flower. So here it will produce a flower branches. So this branch, it will produce flowers. So it is opposite to the first one. So it is the first one. It is originate in this manner. So opposite to this one, opposite to this one. Right? So this type of sign, what we call as a scorpioid sign. So here every time it will produce opposite to the first one. So the type of sign it is called as what? A scorpioid sign. So example for this one is begonia. Right? So it is about a monochassial sign. So next one it is a dichassial or biparous sign. So it means we already know that it will produce two branches. So see, it is peduncle. So here it will produce two branches. So these are the two branches. Again, it will produce two branches. So again, it will produce two branches. Right? So each time it will produce two branches. So it is a peduncle. First it will produce two branches. It is the first one. Again, this one it will produce two branches. Right? Again, it will produce two branches. So every time it will produce two branches. So then the type of sign what we call as, that is a biparous or dichassial sign. So example for this one is bougainvillea, jasmine or teak. These are the examples related to the dichassial or biparous sign. So what about polychassial? So here it will produce various branches, more number of branches, more than two branches. It is a peduncle. It will produce more number of branches. Right? And again it will produce more number of branches. Right? So this one also. So this type of sign what we call as, that is a polychasil sign, means it will produce more than 2 branches every time. So example for this one is Calotropis, right? So it is about a polychasil or multiparous sign, right? So I hope it is helpful for you guys. So if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.